Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Welcome to. Yeah, I might seem a little nonchalant this video because this is my fifth time recording this. All because my computer keeps running out of space. I don't understand. It's the only thing with Apple. It aggravates me how their space works. Like if I have iCloud, why not just send everything to iCloud and then let me keep my space? I don't know. It's so weird. But anyway, so I just wanted to come in and update you guys from the last video. We were talking about just how tired I was feeling, exhausted, my anxiety, just everything. So, yeah. So left that appointment. I was supposed to get my ferritin and iron and things drawn at my next appointment after that, which would have been August 9th, 4 weeks from the last video's appointment. But yeah, I was just feeling so terrible, so bad. I I messaged my OB, my primary, which is the primary that I told y'all about a few videos ago, that I have when I found a new primary. If I keep looking outside, I'm looking at my kids, make sure they ain't out there fighting and crap. But yeah, so I asked her for a referral to a hematologist, because I wanted to get some. I stopped the heparin, and I wanted to make sure I didn't just need to start back on the heparin, because I was never monitored while I was on the heparin, and no one gave me like for sure, yes, you have to take this heparin, because if you don't, such and such is gonna happen. Just things like that. So I just want to get a lot of some clarification on some things, and also my mthfr, to see if there have been any more, findings on the mutation that I have, and also the anemia, because when I was researching, I was looking at it, I was seeing that anemia is one of the causes of preterm birth and low birth weight, both of which I've had with my pregnancies. So being that I can't take the McKenna this time, to possibly prevent the preterm labor. We don't know if it worked or not, but I feel like it kind of did help me out, because I did go into preterm labor once. I stopped taking it with my daughter, and then with my son, I just don't know. I just kind of up in the air, because I started having allergic reactions to it with him. So it's just, I asked for the referral, and she said she wanted to see me before she sent the referral and get some blood work. So I ended up seeing her on that Friday. Well, a Friday. I don't know if it was that Friday or the next Friday. But no, it wasn't that Friday. So I saw her at the end of July on the 29th. And going over everything, my history and stuff like that, she like expressively agreed that it was a good idea for me to see a hematologist. She also ordered some blood work, and then we I also mentioned that I wanted to switch my OB, and also see an MFM to evaluate my risk with this pregnancy, because everything is just up in the air. Also, so once I finished talking to her and she agreed, she sent in the referrals and told me what doctors for the OB that she would recommend. She sent everything in. So I left there when I got my blood work and headed home. And y'all, like, no soon as I got home, like, my results were coming in through the portal. So my saturation, so we did a iron saturation, ferritin, B12, we had already did vitamin D. My vitamin D is still low. Folate. So my folate is good. B12 is good. My ferritin is only a 7, which is super low. My iron is a 35, which is low. My total iron was good. My unsaturated iron was low. And my iron saturation is only a 9%, which is super low. So pretty much I don't have any iron in my body. That was on that Friday. And she called me. I think did she call me that same day or that Monday? I think it was later on that night, that evening. It was like well after hours, like almost 8 o'clock, and she called me and was like, "Hey, I was just thinking about you and your results," and she was like, "Girl, you have no iron in your body." I was like, "Yeah, I can feel it," and she was just basically saying, how um she was just shocked as to like I don't have anything and no one's done anything, and so I said, "Yeah, this is why I wanted to leave my OB because like." Every time I would mention symptoms and everything, she would put it more like I would explain that I was having a lot of anxiety, heart palpitations. Yeah, y'all remember the video where I went and had the heart monitor and all of that stuff, and I was in this group on Facebook and not realizing that anemia can affect all of these things. So everything that I was pretty much dealing with is possibly from the anemia alone. She went back in the system and just verified the referrals and everything. She was like, "Oh yeah, you definitely need to see hematology and blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff." So then over the weekend, by Monday, I got my appointment for hematology, and they scheduled it for October 5th. So I had called and explained I called and asked them if they had a wait list for cancellations or if they offered telehealth visits, because my main concern was my platelet count has always been high, and I know with the mthfr and things like that, iron, with low iron you have a risk of bleeding, and then with mthfr, it goes with the clotting, and so it just like kind of bounces back and forth. And I don't know if I mentioned my B12 and my folate was good as well. But so she said she would call me and let me know. So then the same day, within the next hour or a few hours, they called me back and said that the doctor had not reviewed the referral yet, like my anything from me. Um, they said, but um, given my history, she would get the notes and everything to the doctor to see if I needed to come in sooner. So I said, okay. She said, if they don't call back within a week, then call us and we'll get you situated. So then they eventually called me back and said, yes, we want to see you soon. And my appointment was moved up. I think it was less than 2 weeks from the day that they called. So I think that was that Monday. My appointment was the next week on that Wednesday. So that was that. I got in for hematology, which I was grateful for. Uh, and then I got the call for the OBGYN clinic in MFM. And the lady on the phone was basically like, hey, we got your referral request for Dr. Somebody. And I was like, I don't even know who that is. Like, I don't, my doctor didn't mention, my primary didn't mention this lady. She was like, well, she doesn't deliver anymore. And the doctor that she did mention would just say Dr. N. She said that Dr. N said that my last pregnancy was high risk, but this pregnancy is not high risk, so she's not going to see you. And I was just like, I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, I didn't say it. I was thinking to myself. I said, oh, okay. But then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, how does she know my pregnancy is not high risk? And my last pregnancy wasn't the most high risk. It was my first two pregnancies. I said, well, pretty much all of my pregnancies were high risk. So I wasn't understanding what she meant by just my last pregnancy was high risk and not this one. Because she doesn't even have any of my records, especially from my first doctor, nor my second doctor, unless my primary got them from my OB. and sent them, but I don't think she did because, as I'm explaining later at the time, they called and asked for my records. But anyway, so I'm just like, how does she even know that she hasn't seen me? She doesn't know who I am, um, or anything. She doesn't know anything. I'm going through all of these specialists. Like I see hematology, I see ophthalmology, I see neurosurgeon, neurology. I have all of these specialists that I have to see. Um, so why shouldn't I see an MFM? You get what I'm saying? So then I was like, okay. So she said, well, we have two other OBs that you can see. She named them, and I was like, well, I don't know anything about them. I said I would give my primary to see because I don't want to just go to one of these OBs and I know nothing about them. So she was like, okay, well, just give us a call back or whatever, blah blah. I don't even remember what she said after that because I was just taken aback. It really triggered because these are the things that my first OB said to me when I was pregnant with my son who I lost. She told me some things that she wasn't gonna do. She didn't want to do. Although it was protocol, she told me no, I'm not gonna do it. So of course, these words are very triggering for me. So I just was like, maybe it wasn't good that I saw her. I don't know. I was just still thinking. So anyway, that was that. I messaged my primary and let her know, and she mentioned another doctor, but I was like, I don't know who this is. So I really didn't. I really didn't respond at that time. And by this time, it was Monday, August the 5th. No, I'm sorry, the 8th. August the 8th. And I was like, you know what? Let me just wait until I see hematology because I didn't want to stress about trying to find another OB at the time and not knowing what kind of OB I wanted to see and all of this other kind of stuff. So, and I wasn't declaring that my pregnancy is high risk, but given my risk factors and everything that was going on in my last pregnancies and just things in between, I can't afford to let anything slide. I can't afford to miss anything. And every time I've spoken up about my health, especially since my firstborn, even the last year when I was trying to have a baby, I've had a DNC, I've had an ovarian cystoscopy for a ruptured cyst, I've had just a host of other things that I mentioned to my doctors and my current OB office. Well, at the time, beginning of this pregnancy, the one I just left, they all dismissed me. So I've had an emergency surgery and a DNC and just a lot of things that should have been monitored and could have been prevented or either controlled. So I'm not forgiving at this point. I don't. Nope, we're not gonna have it. I'm not gonna have it anymore. So and all of that contributed to the reason why we stopped trying to have a baby at the end of last year. I told you I just gave up. And all of that was why, because that my doctors were at fault. It's simple as that. It's just that simple. They were at fault. So I just gave it up, and then of course now we're just unexpectedly pregnant, and I'm definitely not letting nothing slide. So all of y'all, all of them that had me messed up and didn't want to do anything for me when I wasn't pregnant, y'all not gonna do anything for me while I'm pregnant. So anyway, come that Monday, after we discussed the referrals, and so I waited and just let everything go for that Monday and Tuesday. That Tuesday I was supposed to have an appointment on the 9th with my OB. Canceled it. Wasn't going. So I end up having to go to. Did I have an appointment that day? I thought I did. Anyway, so that Wednesday the 10th was my appointment with hematology. Got there, everything went great. He basically just confirmed everything I was thinking. He was very well spoken. Um, wasn't just over talking, wasn't just talking and rushing. Like he really sat there and listened to, the things I had to say and as well as explain some things. And also agreed um, with me on some concerns. We were talking about, my iron and things like that. So I will start iron transfusions on next week on Wednesday. Today is Friday, so today's Friday the 12th, so 2 days after my hematology appointment. So on Friday I will go. On Wednesday I will go for my first transfusion, and then I'll go the next week on that following Wednesday for the second, and I guess we'll go from there to see if I need more or whatnot. But and also they did blood work when I left, and he also put in an ambulatory referral for another OB and also MFM. So I'm curious I was curious to know how they would feel that here yet another doctor is sending me in as a referring me to the same clinic that my first OB did, because and it's the same because everything it's all in the same network, and this particular hospital is the most equipped, the most efficient, the top hospital in our state. So this is like where everyone comes, like just for high risk anything. So and even low risk. I mean, anyone can go, but if you are going to be need like serious help or anything like that, this is where like the emergencies come um, to this hospital. So that's why they're sending me back to the same clinic, because I think it's the only MFM clinic around as well. So yeah, I was curious to see how that was gonna go and how they were gonna think. I don't know if it's the same doctor or not, but anyway, so with today being 2 days later, they did call me this morning, but I wasn't. I was asleep, so I called back, and then they told me, she was like, "Well, I don't know exactly who in the office called you, so I'm gonna forward the message to the other department and see if they're the one that called you, and go from there." That was early this morning. It's 3:42, and they haven't called back, so I'm probably gonna give them a call because today is Friday, and I really need to get into OB pretty soon, because their time is like out. So I need to go ahead and get it taken care of. Also, my OB's office call, the one that I left, they called me this morning. They didn't leave a message. They didn't leave a voicemail or anything. I sent them a message just a little while ago. Let me see if they responded, but I doubt they did. No, they haven't responded. So I don't know if they wanted. I don't know if they saw that I didn't come to my appointment or what, but yeah, I'm not coming back. So anyway, that's that. So we're waiting at this moment. I'm waiting to see about getting another OB and getting established and getting this anemia taken care of, my iron, and looking forward to feeling better. I've been feeling better the last week or so, but so as far as my symptoms go, I did started feeling movements around 13 weeks, and they've been, consistent. I did give me a Doppler, so I was using that for a little bit. Not, I think I've only used it like 3 times or something like that. My husband and my son used it, but it's nothing I use like every day. Where did he pull in it? He didn't even come in the driveway. But anyway, so yeah, and also my nausea has come back off and on. My migraines, and so I'm having a lot more pain, and so the pain kind of makes me nauseous sometimes, and I have, you know, the sound and light sensitivity and stuff like that, of course, from the migraines. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it for right now. I'm going to start with my homeschool videos. I've really already recorded those, but I was wanting to get this out to try to keep everything in order and just to catch up because, like I said, I've been trying to upload this, but my computer's just been crazy. So, yeah. So hopefully we can get this on the road. And like I said, I feel much better that I got my insurance taken care of. So now I feel like I can get my videos out because now we're making a little more progress. So I will see you guys. The next video will probably be a few homeschool videos, my organization, my hauls, um, getting everything in order. So I will see you guys. I'm trying to see, is that it? I think that's it. So yeah, but oh, I do want to mention, well, I don't know. I'll see you guys.